Hey everyone, Magnus here. Today's video is about fake Spotify playlists. I want to show you what they can do to your Spotify algorithm. I'm also going to take a look at how we can tell which ones are fake and which ones are not. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should avoid those at all costs. Without further ado, let's take a look. First things first, I found someone who has fake Spotify playlists. It didn't take me very long to find fake playlists because I just browsed through a few artists on Spotify and eventually I'll find someone who's on a fake playlist. What you'll see with these fake playlists is that a lot of the time they have some random names like that, top 1 music or best music today or hit music today or something like that. And their playlist pretty much always have the same cover, so artwork. So as you can see, he has 5 playlists here and they almost all look identical. So without further ado, we'll just hit one of these playlists and see what's going on inside of it. So what I'll do, the first thing I'll do is that I'll go to copy link to playlist and then I'll go to this website over here, chartmetric.com. I love this website. You can dig into a bunch of stuff and see if there's some shady stuff going on. So well, we have this playlist here, Dance Rising, but actually it's probably a brand new playlist, so it doesn't have much information. So we'll just check some of these other playlists that he had, these ones over here. So we'll go to Shuffle Select, and here we have all the information we need. So if you look at the playlist count, this is the amount of followers on the playlist. As we can tell, February 4th, he lost 8,221 followers on the playlist in 1 day. And then next day, 2 days later, or 3 days later, he gained another 10,000 followers. This does not happen if you have a real playlist. So it's 100% guaranteed fake. Now we know that. So let's go into one of these playlists and look at the artists that have probably bought their way there. So let's just look at this one, As Blake. Okay, so he has 25,000 monthly listeners, but we all know that they are probably all fake. So we go on Discovered On. We see all. Now this is what I do all the time. And you can tell he's on bunch of those fake playlists. If you look at those, and probably those too, but I don't want to say all of them are fake, but it looks really shady. We know for sure that this one is fake, and this one, and these probably as well. Let's check another artist. Let's look at this one, Isaiah, 33 something thousand monthly listeners. We go on Discovered On, as I normally do, and as you can tell, doesn't look really promising. It looks very fake. This one's probably fake. Well, they're all probably fake. And the way you can tell also most of the time is that they'll have an email address here. So they want you to contact them, to pay them to get on these lists. Now, real playlisters won't have an email address. They'll have an website where you can submit, or an Instagram or something like that. So it's all very fake. And now let's go over the 5 reasons why you should never get on a fake playlist and avoid it as much as possible. Reason number 1 is that it's going to ruin your Spotify algorithm. Spotify algorithm is so important because Spotify is trying to figure out what kind of artist are you, in what genre, how can Spotify push your music. So believe it or not, if you're not familiar with this already, that Spotify can help your music tremendously. Getting on radio playlists is like gold on Spotify, and I'll show you what I mean. So for example, let's take a look at those 3 artists over here that we looked at earlier. If we go onto their profile, if you look at his profile, he has no radio. There's no radio on his profile. So Spotify doesn't know what to do with him, because he doesn't have any radio. So he has no similar artists, which is missing as well. He has no similar artists, so he's kind of lost in Spotify because it's all fake. So Spotify doesn't know what to do with that information. So this playlist could have all kinds of genres. Could have EDM, pop, singer-songwriter, you name it, and it's all mixed into one, and Spotify has no idea what to do with that. Let's take a look at the next one. Again, she has no radio and she has no similar artists. Let's take a look at this one, and no similar artists, no radio. Let's just go close our eyes and find someone. It's Johnny, 2000, no radio, no similar artist, and the same story, fake playlists. So it's going to ruin your algorithm, and I'll show you my algorithm real quick just to show you what I mean. So here's my account, my Spotify for Artists account. Here's the last 7 days, and I released a song within the week. So I have 4,000 listeners from Release Radar. I have 3,000 listeners from radio, 300 from Your Daily Mix, Discovered Weekly a few. So I almost have 7,500 listeners in the last 7 days only from the Spotify algorithm. So if you are releasing music, if you're putting your music on fake playlists with bunch of bots, bunch of artists that are also fake, then Spotify has no idea what to do with you. Another thing to see if you're on a fake playlist or not is that within the Spotify for Artists, if you go to the playlist sections and you look at the playlists you're on, if the listener account and the streams account almost matches, then it's very likely a fake playlist. So let's say the playlist has 4,000 listeners and like 4,005 streams. It's a very strong indication that that's a fake playlist. Reason number 2, well, if reason number 1 wasn't bad enough already, then imagine all of these people and these artists most likely paid their way to be on those playlists. Well, these playlists are botted, so the artists are not getting anything from those streams. They won't get a single cent. So they might have paid hundreds of dollars to be on these playlists, and they're not really gaining anything from it. They've got a ruined algorithm, they paid their way, and they're not even getting paid from the streams. Reason number 3 is that your music can actually be taken down from Spotify. I remember in early 2020 that Twitter blew up because of this. A lot of artists lost their music on Spotify. It got taken down. It must have been thousands of songs that got taken down from Spotify. I remember they blaming the distribution service, blaming Spotify and all of that. But ultimately it was the fake streams that got it taken down. Reason number 4, and this is just coming from me, is that I could never take pride in having fake data on Spotify. So like fake listeners, fake streams, fake follows, and all of that. Reason number 5, and I think this one matters, is that no one is going to take an artist seriously if they have a bunch of fake stuff going on their Spotify profile, or social media for that matter. But in Spotify, if we look at the Discovered Weekly with this artist, we'll see that all of these playlists are fake. They all have like the email address, and I don't need to go to Chartmetrics and look at all these playlists. I just know that they're fake. So it looks really bad. One of the reasons why I wanted to make this video and go over this topic is because there are so many fake Spotify playlists out there. And there's a lot of music services out there that promise listeners, promise streams, and all of that stuff. All fake, all botted. I even have advertisements on Facebook and Instagram with these services promising all of this stuff. I even have real people contacting me on Instagram saying, hey, you want to join this playlist? It's $50, we'll keep you on for a week, or all this stuff. I think it's the absolute worst. It's so shady and sketchy, and I don't want nothing to do with it. Anyway, I hope this information in this video was helpful and you can now avoid all that stuff. I would really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Until next time, peace out.